Hey guys, over here back for some more Touhou Tuesday. So I took a little bit of a break, but we're back and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another really old game. This is from 2007. It's called PatchCon Defend the Library. It's an RTS game, although honestly, it's kind of more so like an RTS mixed with elements of tower defense, I'd say. But either way, RTS isn't really my genre. My brother always played them more than I did. But even back in the day, I did play some stuff like StarCraft and a little bit of Warcraft and whatnot, so I'm at least familiar with it. Now, because this was Touhou, I gave it a try anyways, and it's a neat little game. It has some limitations to it, but overall, I think it's pretty fun. Now, the basic story is that Patchy has developed some new technology which allowed her to create these different dolls, but now the dolls are being used against her, and they're trying to steal her books, so she has to defend her library. It's kind of a silly story setup, but it gives you a reason to play the game, so it doesn't really matter. So right now we can only choose arcade mode, and we can choose easy, normal, hard, or lunatic. We'll go ahead and put it on normal. And since this is a new file, we only have the first team here, the SDM crew. We've got Mei Ling, Sakuya, Patchy, Remy, and Flandre. There are 6 different teams total that you'll unlock as you play the game, but we'll go ahead and just start with this here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and explain some of the different elements of this, so if you're familiar with the game, just skip ahead a little bit. But here's your little library, your little bookshelves that you're trying to defend. You have 20 books, and the enemies, when they spawn in, they're going to try to go to your bookshelf and steal the books. If they get away with all 20, then it's game over. But as long as you survive to the end with at least 1 book left, you'll win. But the more books you have, the higher your score will be. Here you have your 2 little spawn points where your units will come in when you buy them or when they're respawning. And you can see the layout here, the right side has some walls to it because we're on normal, so they give you some walls to kind of help funnel some of the enemies to help you out a little bit. Up here is the timer for it. We start off at noon, and when we start the game, it's going to tick all the way till midnight. That's when the last wave comes in. I believe on normal, it's every 10 minutes the next wave comes. You start off with 2,000 gold, you earn more by defeating the enemies, and you use it to buy your units and upgrade them. And here you have 5 different spell cards that you can use. They're one-time use only. You have the Fire Spell, which deals damage to all enemies equal to 50% of their total HP. Water Spell greatly increases the production rate of your units. It lasts 15 seconds. Wood Spell greatly increases the attack and speed of your units. Lasts 15 seconds. Metal Spell, enemy units can't steal books from the bookshelf. Lasts 15 seconds. And the Earth Spell greatly increases the defense of your units, lasts 15 seconds. It actually makes your units immune to damage. They can't die when this is active. Now for the units, there are 3 different types. You have Melee, Danmaku, and Flight. It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Melee beats Danmaku, Danmaku beats Flight, and Flight beats Melee. And I think for all the different teams, I think they always give you 2 Melee units, 2 Danmaku, and only 1 Flight. It's kind of lopsided. You don't have 2 Flight to work with, which is kind of annoying, but you just have to make do. Now, the different units, they have different stats. They have HP, attack, defense, magic defense, their attack range, and then their speeds. They have 2 of them. The first speed is just their regular movement speed, and then the second is their speed when attacking. Some units like Mei Ling, they move a little faster when they're actually attacking a unit. Other units like Sakuya, they have 0 speed, so she stops moving altogether. And then Patchy is just really slow when attacking, and so on. The different units can also have different abilities. I know it's kind of hard to read these things here, but Mei Ling has Guts. At low HP, the unit will increase surrounding allies' defense. Or like Sakuya has Delay, chance of reducing the rate of fire and speed of an enemy, and so on. For the different units, you can buy them at a certain price. In this case here, I can see that it's starting off with Melee. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with some flyers. I'm going to buy 1 here, and you can see that I can then upgrade them from level 1 to 2, and it'll increase the stats of all of them. The ones that are currently out, the ones that are going to be respawning if they're currently dead, as well as any new ones that I buy. But you can also see that it'll make the price of each unit to buy new ones more expensive as well. Now in this case, I'm not going to do any upgrading. I'm just going to buy a couple of units. I'm going to get them in position. Because this is the start of the game, nothing's attacking right now, I can go and kind of freely get set up. But once I hit the start button, that's it. There's no stopping the action. The waves will just keep coming. I think that's pretty much the basics of it. I guess the last thing is you can see up top here, I have 4 units. Any units that are going to be respawning, it'll show the count down here. You'll see it both with the number and visually as well. But, let's go ahead and get started. Now you see this button turns into a next button. I can click this to fast forward it to the start of the next wave, and it'll give me a little bit of a multiplier for my score for that that little bit of time that I essentially jumped forward for. But in this case here, I've got a lot of melee incoming, so I'm going to go ahead and buy a few more flyers to cover this. It's getting picked on a little bit over here, but we'll be okay. Alright, you get those. Now we got flyers coming in, so I'm going to get some Danmaku. Have them help cover a little bit. Just a little bit. I said just a little bit. Alright. Well, that's not a great start. Alright. Sometimes you get lucky with the randomness of it, with the different units that come in, where they come in, what kind come in, because sometimes you'll kind of get maybe too much of the same units at once. Like you'll get flight over here, and then flight over here, and flight over here, and it's too many for your units to run around to try to cover. I generally like it when they kind of keep them spread out a little bit and have like Danmaku up here, now melee coming here, and flight coming here. It allows me to divvy up my my units, and everyone has like the place they need to be, as opposed to too many getting crammed in one area, or them spawning, you know, melee here, and then here, and then here, and my flyers just can't keep up with the movement, you know? Now, in general, I like to try to use the units that have the advantages. In this case, I'm going to need some more melee. I'm going to put them over here. But worst case scenario, if you can't get the unit that has the advantage, at least use same type. Like, I wouldn't want to send Danmaku up here. I want to send my flight. But if I couldn't, I at least should send melee, because they'll be better suited, because they at least won't be at a disadvantage. It'll be an even fight then, you know? Alright, now in this case, we got more melee up there. Now I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my units a little bit now. You want to have a nice balance of upgrading and buying enough. Okay, now again, we still got more of them coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and actually buy some more flyers to help cover this. Positioning is very important for this. Trying to get ahead of the action can be helpful. Now we have some boss units coming in. Because of that, I'm going to go ahead and send my melees down here now to help cover this, because I can already tell I'm going to need that. So my flyers are going to be busy up here taking out these boss units. They're just bigger stats, bigger health and all that. Alright, flight can cover there. So again, this is not ideal having my melee fighting melee, but at least it's an even matchup. Right now my Danmaku aren't having to do anything, but that's okay. More melee coming in, so again, I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 more units. You know, I'd rather have 12 units upgraded to level 5 than, you know, 50 units all at level 1. That doesn't really help me at the end game. The units will just die too fast. It doesn't matter how many I have. Alright, so good so far. Depending on the randomness you get, sometimes it just becomes overwhelming, at least for me. Because again, I don't really play RTS. I can't micromanage. I can't micro hard enough in these kind of things. And honestly, it's kind of hard to do it proper here anyways, because unlike other actual like RTS games where I could select a certain set of units and assign them to say group 1, I can't do that here. I can't assign them to anything. I can select all of a particular kind, but that's all of them everywhere. Or I can try to drag and select only certain ones, but when they're all getting mixed up, it's kind of hard to grab what you want. So, of all the things that I wish were in the game, that's probably the #1 thing. I just wish that I could, like, you know, assign half of my flyers to group 1 and, like, the other half to 2. That way I can spread them around accordingly. It would make things a lot easier. But we're getting pretty lucky here with some of the placements of these, which is nice. My flyers are already in position. I've got 12. They're level 2. Do I want to get green upgrade? You know what? I'm going to upgrade her now so they can start regenerating the health. Wow, look at that. More melee down here. It's actually being really nice right now. I will start buying some more units just to kind of get prepped, because I will ultimately... You know what? Let's just get more. Why not? There is kind of a certain limit to how many I'll buy. I don't actually have like a hard cutoff, but I kind of just know in my head when I need to just start upgrading rather than buying units more than anything. I haven't bought any Remy units yet because I don't really like hers as much because her movement speed is really slow. And honestly, I feel like movement speed is really key in this, because if you can't get your units over there when they need to be there, that's when stuff starts to get really out of hand. Spread these out a little bit there. Alright, we should be good there. No, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these. We're getting pretty good RNG on what it's choosing to spawn, which is nice. Honestly, once I start to get a little overwhelmed, I kind of just panic and just start throwing units everywhere, which is not the way to do it. I try to keep it under control, but with some of the limitations, like not being able to set groups the way I want, it's kind of hard for me to cover it all proper. You know what? Let's get a few more units. Melee's coming, so I need to get my flyers up there. Could honestly have hit the next button. Oh, you know what? Hit the next button. Why not? We got more melee coming in. There we go. Get some nice multiplier. Because my flyers are busy, I'm gonna get my melee over there. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and upgrade. Alright, good. They should have that covered. And then I've got melee covered up here. And if you think the game is too easy, remember this is just on normal, and I'm also getting pretty good luck with the units that it's choosing and where it's choosing to spawn them. Alright, so you're covered. You need to get up there after that's all dead. So get out there. I really like Flandre because she's fast. Her movement speed really gets her to where she needs to be. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and create another wall of melee units. So you can see here, as we've leveled up, we've also gotten some other abilities. I mean, she had AoE to begin with. Reduces the surrounding enemy's chance of using a skill. Just another reason why you want to be upgrading your units. You want to unlock those other abilities because certain units have some really useful abilities. Flandre has a really nice one with this one, Bats. She spawns bats on death. It's really good for just blocking bodies. They don't really do like a lot of damage to the bats and all that, but it gives the enemy something to target. It blocks their way. It's just really nice for that. You know what? They got that covered over there. I'm sure they'll be fine. I say as almost all of my units of that are getting killed, but you know what? It's okay. Well, I say that, but now we've got Danmaku coming in. Alright, we're going to actually have a little bit of trouble. So, I am going to go ahead and buy a few more units to help cover for that. Now, Marissa units are special. They don't attack at all. They go straight for the bookshelf. All they want are those books. They care about nothing else. So they're actually kind of dangerous because if there's other enemies on screen along with them, they're just gonna slip on through while your stuff is busy fighting the other things, and they're pretty fast. So they'll get to your bookshelf pretty quick if you're not paying attention. You can see I usually kind of like to get roughly near where they are, where they're coming in, and I kind of try to create a wall of them. Because otherwise, if I group them all right here, the ones up top and below will kind of just get ignored, and then I'll have to deal with that elsewhere. Alright, I hate these Yukari units because their ability allows them to float over the walls, which puts them in places that my melee units can't hit. So I'm going to have my flyers help out with that. And then get my flyers out immediately because Danmaku is coming in. Speaking of Danmaku, we got more up top. Oh, it's just more Marissas. So, in there. Gotta say, this is actually going pretty... Oh, okay, now we're gonna have a little bit of trouble here if those units get by. Alright. Regardless, I will show the different spell cards. Let's go and upgrade. At the end. Or more towards the end. I don't want to just blow them willy-nilly. I'll try to use them towards the last rounds, because sometimes things can kind of ramp up there, and I might need them anyways. Oh shit, I accidentally hit the next... I don't even know what else got sent in after that. Oh, it probably was bad stuff. Oh god, it's... Oh, it's bad. Yeah, that was bad. Alright, Melee's gonna have to cover that, because my flyers just kind of got rocked. You gotta be careful when you're hitting that next button. It's nice for the bonus score, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. The score doesn't actually really get you anything. I suppose you can just use it to challenge yourself as well. Oh god, okay. You need to get over there real fast. Block their way. Just gonna create a wall of them here. Flyers, you need to get down there. You can see that when the new units respawn back in, they kind of remember the last place you clicked with them. I gotta cover this actually up top here. This is actually gonna get out of that's gonna get out of control here. These freaking Yukari units. All right, I need them. I need them to come closer. A lot closer. Oh god, all my flyers are dead. They are just all gonna die now. I seriously... Okay, this Yukari unit really needs to just get out of here. Stay where I can hit you, please. So now I'm gonna start falling behind here. I'm gonna start doing some upgrades because I know I just kind of need to. Shoot. Okay, yeah, this is gonna start to get a little bad here. She is still... Alright, you need to take her out, because I need something to cover that. And 3/4 of the way. Oh boy, I looked away, and all these flyers showed up. Yukari is still not dead. Upgrade, because I need strong units to take out this crap. Oh boy. Flyers, you are needed over here. I might have to use a card here soon. We'll see. They might have that under control. We might be okay. Right. Everything get out of there except for Danmaku. Oh god, no, they're all gonna get killed. This is what I was talking about. You don't want them where they shouldn't be, so they're just gonna get obliterated. Now it's becoming too much. Alright, you know what? We gotta get Remilia up in this now because I just need different flyers to be able to go cover stuff. Yikes. Just hit it all. Oh god, there's more flight coming in up there. I'm just gonna have some flyers cover that. Oh, shoot. They're boss units, though. Crap. Oh, God. You get over there. Yeah, those all died. It's okay. Honestly, as long as you have all your spell cards saved, when things get really bad, just slam this so they can't steal the books. Just start slamming a bunch of them. You can use multiple cards at once. I don't really recommend blowing them all in one go, but do what you have to. Shoot. You need to get up in there. think we're recovering here. How much time is left? Not too much left. I'll start using some cards soon. Flyers. Okay, shoot. These are dangerous too. Remy's gonna have to be the back line. She doesn't move fast enough for this crap. Yikes. She got hurt. Oh, flight are over there. Oh, God. Okay, alright, I'm using my attack buff one. So now all my units are just stronger, faster. I'm just making sure they don't get any of my books. I don't care at this point. Time's left, 1 more hour left. Flight. My units are just kind of all over the place. That's what happens. They all start to get mixed up amongst everything else. So I eventually just start throwing units wherever I can just to cover. Oh shoot. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and use immunity. More upgrades. A few more units. Food. No, I need melee. Where are my melee? Oh, I need more melee back. We're getting in the home stretch here. I think maybe when the next boss unit comes in, I'll use the fire spell. I keep looking for my Flandre, but they're just like all dead. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So now the Marissas are coming. Oh, we're good, we're good. We're good. I didn't even use the last card. We'll use it anyways. You don't get bonus points, bonus score for having any spell cards left over, I don't think, which I feel like that's kind of an oversight. I feel like you should have gotten bonus points for keeping any cards. It would have been incentive to try to do it without them, to try to maximize your score, but whatever. I guess in the end, since they don't give you any score, it does kind of open you up to just freely use them, so whatever, either way. Not the best score, but it's fine. We kept all of our books, which is the important thing. And that's really all there is to the game. The higher difficulties, again, the units, it might change how often the waves come, as well as just the actual the strength of the enemies, how fast they come, how many come, as well as the layout. I think on Lunatic you have like no walls pretty much whatsoever, so it's a lot harder with that. But I mostly play the game on normal, so doesn't really matter. And on that note, I don't particularly care to try to show all the difficulties as well as all the different teams, because as you can see, it's a game that I think that's in general more fun to play than to necessarily watch, at least if you're doing repeated playthroughs. I don't think there's too much value to me showing you, every difficulty, every team that, you unlock, because sure, they do play kind of differently, they have some different abilities and different stats, but at the end of the day, it is a lot of it's the same 3 basic units, and you kind of play in the same way. So I'm not going to show off all the different teams, but this is just to give you an idea of how the game plays. But there are some other things for the game that I do want to show, but we're not going to do that here. That'll be for next time. So that's it for this one. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. See you guys next time.